Next week.
Next week?
Yeah. Next week. You're going to know next week. Yeah.可以啊，
健康中心的
是你好，
可以帮我找一个同学吗？
自动仪考安宇，我不确定他来了没有，因为还没有上课。好，那个互动一的张安云同学在吗？你们有没有认识张安云同学？互动一的有没有同学认识他？ 哦，可能还没来啊。Okay. Okay, we're beginning our class for today, and yeah, today not many of you are here, I guess, because of the rain, right? Okay, so let's start. Okay, today we're gonna do two things, right? One is to understand how patterns work in Illustrator, and the other is the perspective tool. Okay, so let's get to the patterns tool first. So when you make out a shape, okay, which right here is a rectangle. Of course, you could like select any color you want. Ordinarily, right? You could do that. And there's this panel on the right. It says swatches. Okay. It has some default colors, and whatever color you select, it will be on top on the recent colors. Okay. But actually, you can make your own color palette. Okay. So if I select a color, for example, a bluish green, yeah, something like that, that you want to use often, okay? So you could select that color probably without the stroke. So want to go back to that swatches again. You can see on the right. If not, you could go to Windows and search down to swatches, okay? So it's currently on. So you could like right here add just like a plus icon underneath under the lower right. If you click that, you could it gives the value in RGB, and to select the color type, just leave it as it is, and then the color codes for your current color. Okay, so you want to click that. Okay, then one additional color will be added into your color swatch panel. Okay, so why do I want to talk about this functionality? Okay, because it happens to be that it involves our pattern. Okay, so what is a pattern? So if you go to your Windows and then you drop down at your selection, you can see this pattern options. You select that, then this panel will pop up. Okay, but there's nothing involved at the current. Okay, so you probably want to go to Windows and then go down to let's see, swatch library. Okay, and then you could see this the pattern option, and then it says basic graphics and dots, lines, and texture, or other selections if you wish to select. Okay, so let's. I already have this like texture on right here. Okay, so you could. So this is the basic graphic texture. If I select on one of these, it'll show some sort of texture. Okay, so all these textures are actually patterns. So you can see there's like a right and left key down below. You like select, like for example over here it says decorative legacy. There are more patterns which intersect with each other to make out a specific, pattern, like you see on the wall, on the floor, whatever, wherever you need it. Okay, but how do I make a pattern? Okay, so for example, let me select pattern. Okay, so actually you could like make your own pattern. Let's make a star pattern. Okay, so I'll have this star tool. Probably, okay, let's not make that a pattern, but let's make that a solid color. Okay, for example, I might want a reddish star over here, and let's make another shape. Let's just go with the star. Okay, so the star, and copy paste. So you probably want another star beside it, and then paste again to put it underneath. Okay, so 3 of these stars, right? Let's like delete that pattern, and I want to select 3 of these, like all 3 items. So once I do that, I could go to Object, go down beneath, and then look for pattern. Okay, once you have that, I could select on the make. Okay, once you select on the make, you notice that the whole, your whole canvas will be covered with the star. Okay, but you're not done yet. So there's like a warning that pops up. Okay, a new pattern has been added to the swatches panel. That's why you need the swatches panel. Okay, any changes while or any changes made while in pattern editing mode will be applied to the swatches panel. Okay, so you can see that there's a blue square like in your canvas. So that's the default. So now that since you're in the your patterns mode, I can say, okay, there's like some stuff you have to select on your pattern options panel, okay, which we just, have it popped out. Okay, so first we probably change the name of it to stars, okay, and then there's like a tile type. Okay, tile type is a grid, grid by row. Okay, so you can tell that it's changing according to your selection. Grid by column. Okay, so hex by column, and row, hex by row. So depending on your needs. Okay, so these are how your patterns are shaped. So at this moment, you could actually move your items to see, because patterns are repeats. Okay, so and then it pops up on the other side. Okay, for example, the upper edge and the left edge of the star pops up at the lower right, right? So all the hex combination of the hex will be into a full pattern. Okay, so you could move and navigate. You could actually scale it if you want, change the colors, whatever you do. This is a sort of like a preview of what's going on. Okay, so that everything connects as a whole piece. So it's kind of fun to edit patterns. So there are, of course, some other selections you have to notify. There's this size tile to art. So if you collect that, they'll actually squeeze according to. You notice that the hex in the middle, it scales according to the edge of your item. Okay, so if I leave that off, the hex won't move. The items will just move. Okay, So depending on your designs, you want to have that on or off. Okay. The next one is smooth tile with art. Okay. The default will be on. If I close that, it doesn't seem to do any effect. So just leave that be. Okay. So just it's on for some reason. So I kind of forgot what this move tile with art meant, but just leave it on. Okay. So there's like more to it, overlap. Okay. If sometimes your item has like different colors, if it sort of like uh overlap with a specific item, of course you could like send it back and forth, but the overlapping is due to how if I move, for example, the blue star toward the red star on the left, so you can see it overlapping on the right red star. Okay, the blue overlapping the right red star. So it involves like when items overlap with the with the patterns outside your current, right? It's not within this edit area. It's outside this edit area. Okay, so you can select to make sure that it overlaps to, or it goes underneath to whatever object you have outside of your edit area. Okay, so the default will be like 5 by 5. Okay, so if you want your edit area to be maybe smaller, okay, and then maybe 3 times 3. So the default will be 5 times 5. That means that's the size of it. Of course, there are like 7 times 7. These are just like areas in which your patterns are viewable. So you would know the whole how your item affects throughout the whole, how it looks throughout the whole design. Okay. So actually this is like a sort of like you could tell by the editing that I only have the star on the blue and red star. Okay. What if I put another item, for example, a square? Okay. For example, probably a brighter blue. Okay. Now I want this to probably be underneath of everything. Range center back. Okay. And I want this to extend, throughout the edit area so that I have sort of like a background. Okay, so this is where, okay, so sometimes you have to like move it around to see what's going on. Okay, so this like goes underneath everything so that you can have like a color background. Okay, so sometimes you have to like work at it to see how it turn out evenly. Sometimes it'll be above something. Sometimes sometimes it'll be not. Sometimes it'll work. Okay. Once you're done with everything, okay, so just go on top here and click done. If you do not click this done, everything will not work. Okay, so click done. So once you click on that, done, you have right here, if you look at your swatch tile over here, you have a new pattern says stars. Okay, So if I, for example, drag a square or any shape that you want, and then click on that stars, which I named on the swatches panel, okay, you can see your pattern, okay? But there's more to it, okay? So if you want to navigate your item, okay? So as for my setup, I can move everything. So this has to be, you have to you have to, for example, over here, go to Windows and transform. This is pretty important. This affects how your patterns move, okay? So as for now, my settings, I move everything, okay? But if I scale it, okay, everything moves. So this is pretty normal situation. But sometimes you don't want your patterns to scale, okay? Or so there's like some options on the transform palette you have to be notified. So go to the icon on top under the hamburger icon on your transform palette. Okay, click that and it'll say like a couple of things. Okay, if I click on transform object only, okay, so I would notice I move my object, the pattern would stay at its place, right? No matter how I scale it, the pattern won't scale. Okay, so the pattern stays in place. Okay, so the default might be, you know, just transform only on the object. Okay, transform object only. Okay, so there's this second option that says transform pattern only. Okay, the first one is object only. The second one is pattern only. Okay, if I click on that, I could actually I moved everything, but actually I should only move the pattern. Somehow I moved everything, but if it does, well, it's doing the right thing. Okay, I could scale my pattern whatever size I want, and then if you want probably this size, you could go back and have it back to transform object only. Okay, so you could actually size your patterns this way. Okay, that's how you scale or move your patterns. Okay, so the third one would be transform both. So it sort of seems like same with the second one. There is a difference, but I can't really, you know, tell for now. So you select the second one or the third one, it'll be the same. For now, there is a difference, but I kind of, you know, forgot the difference. So that's how you scale your patterns. I find out like how the difference is, I'll let you know. Okay. So even for the star, I could like have it, you know, in a specific pattern. Okay. If I made the pattern out of these stars, it's individual shape. Okay. Once you made we click on done, it's its own pattern. It does not involve the shapes anymore. Okay. So that's patterns. Okay. By the way, since we're into transform, I think I missed out this part. So as for now, I'm probably making out a shape. Let's make this a solid color first. Okay, maybe a bright pinkish color. And of course, ordinarily you could like scale and move everything. Okay, let me zoom this up. And let's give it a stroke. Okay, for example, a orange stroke, and then I want to bring up the value. Okay, so you can tell the difference. Okay, so I missed this during our like previous sessions because it has to be, you know, it's included in the transform options. So ordinarily, if I want to scale my shape. Notice that the shape is scaled, but the stroke remains as for now at 17 pt, right? It has the same value throughout our scaling. Okay, I scale it down, it's still 17. Scale it up, still 17. But sometimes I want to scale everything, okay, including the stroke. So what do? So you go to transform, the hamburger icon, and then it says over here, scale, stroke, and effect. Okay, so if I click that, okay, now I scale it. Notice that the stroke value will also drop. Now it's like 8.5 pt, right? So if I scale it up, okay, so it'll be consistent. Okay, so now it's 30. So if I have that off, click that off. Okay, so now no matter how small you scale your box, will still be, you know, it's remaining weight, right? So be careful, like sometimes when you're scaling, like there's this thing you have to deal with, okay? So for example, over here, same thing with your patterns, okay? So you could scale your patterns, and now it's not transforming according to your transform, and then scale, stroke, and effect. Okay, click on that, everything will scale together. Okay, right. So if I think that if I click, let me try it. Okay, so I have it on transform both. So if I have it on transform pattern only, I think, let me try the direct selections. Okay, still doesn't work. It should like only move the pattern, but somehow it moves together. I did something wrong, but let's just leave that piece for now. Okay, so that's how you you make your own pattern. Okay, so but if you want to edit this like this pattern, if you think you could like modify it even more, you could go to your swatches panel again, go to your stars, okay, and actually you could go to edit pattern down underneath. You like hit that button, and then this will pop up again. So you could modify your pattern. So for example, you want to change the your background color, or this, you know, any, you want to scale up your stars, or do whatever you want with it, or you don't want it to be aligned by hex by row. You want it to be in the grid. So do whatever you can with it. Once you're done, make sure to click done. Or if you want to like keep the previous pattern that you made, then there's this save a copy. Okay, then you want to rename this again to star probably 02. Okay, click OK. Now, okay, once you click OK, still click done. Okay, so now that you have like both, okay, of these. Oops, I probably, you know, well, I save it and okay, this is probably, okay, what I'm going for, okay, just make sure that you save a copy, okay? Make sure not to, you know, save on top of it, okay? So therefore, like any of the patterns, like you see here, right? If it's like too small, you want to probably go to transform and scale, stroke, and effect. Okay, once you do that, you could scale your, oh, actually, yes, your now patterns work also with stroke. Okay. Okay, so I bring this value up on the default stroke, default pattern, and I also could do editing. So go to this edit pattern button over here, or you could Windows edit or your pattern options. Yeah, you could like edit the default. Oops, I can't. Okay, probably have to add this to the this 03 to the split to the swatch. Yeah, then you can do editing. Okay, make sure that any pattern you like got from the library, make sure that it's like implanted into the swatches panel before you do any editing. Okay, otherwise you're not allowed to edit stuff inside the library. Okay, so as for now, I named this 03. You could do like you could actually zoom in to see how it's structured, and you could do some modification if you want. Okay, after you're done, of course, click OK. So now I just click cancel. So that's how you do stuff with patterns. Sometimes you need to do that when you're designing probably clothes or some or a a wall or a tile or something, wallpaper, or anything that repeats itself and does like infinite connections. Okay, so that's how that's when patterns are needed. Okay, so that would be our first lesson. Okay, the second one would be let me like have well, I'll finish the second one, then I'll upload the assignments. Okay, the second tool we'll be learning today is the perspective tool. Okay, the perspective tool you can find on your toolbox on the, it looks like this. It says perspective grid. Okay, so once you have that on, okay, you can see a couple of like grids, and a couple of anchor points. You wouldn't know like what to do. Okay, and there's like a small icon on top. Okay, it says there's like a blue square. Okay, so the default, you start with the left grid. Okay, which is the blue area on the box. Okay, so what do? So I could actually, if I turn on the box, okay, I think somebody's talking. Okay, I think whoever is talking. Okay, you could hear that person, right? Somebody's connected, and then somebody's talking. Okay. Okay, so once this is out, I could go to the rectangular tool and then go to this blue grid area. Once you drag, you can see that it follows this grid. Okay, since the blue area is on, right? So if I zoom in at it, okay, you could actually like no matter how you scale it, it'll follow the grid, right? But, okay, make sure that it's, okay, so just make, make a box according to the grid. This is faster, okay? So you have like the left side, okay? Let's give that a solid color so you guys will know what's going on, okay? Something like that, okay? So I want to move on to the right side, but once I want to like go according to the right grid, you'll notice that it doesn't work, okay? It'll still follow the left grid. Well, why is that? Okay, because let me like delete that. Because on the box, you want to select on the right grid. It's kind of hard to select because it's small, but you are able to do it. Okay, let me try to click on it to see. Sometimes it's pretty hard to, you know. Okay, sorry. You have to hit the grid box, okay? The grid tool in order to hit that box. So I select, the direct selection or the selection tool. It doesn't work, okay? You have to select on the perspective tool, okay? I don't use this often, so sometimes I forget myself. So once you select on the tool, you could hit the box, hit on the right side. Okay, now it'll turn orange. Okay, that means you could follow the orange side of the grid. Right, so let me have this box out again. And then let's change another color. Okay, so let's say a lighter green. Okay, let's start from top. And then notice that it'll follow that yellow grid. It'll extend all the way to the vanishing point. Okay, over on the very right. Okay, as for now, let's just like make a sort of like a house. Okay, so there are more to it. Go back to our perspective tool. Okay, of course, I could also move our, parts of the grid. Okay, if I want to cancel this, just to let you guys like see what's going on. Okay, go back to perspective. You could actually I could extend the right side of the grid, and then, or actually the vanishing point, I could lower, I could actually lower our vanishing point so that I'm actually like looking as if I'm looking at a building, you know, I'm playing, not really in the middle of the building. I'm looking, lower to upper angle. If I have this point lowered, okay? So depending on your needs, okay, you could extend your grid and then you can do whatever is necessary, okay? So it's actually like a sort of like a 3-point perspective type of a view, okay? So if I have like that point extended, okay, so you could see the floor. So if I click on the box underneath, which would be green, I could have something like that, right? So depending on how you like you set up your points, okay, on the perspective, on the viewpoints, you could do a lot of stuff with perspectives. Okay, so let's have that on our default again. So the left side, and then now on the right side, go to the box. Okay, on the right side, and then probably change the color. And then probably on the floor, you want to have probably another color if you need, probably like that on the left side, right? And then over there's like there's like a round circle, like outside this box. It says no active grid. So you could click on or off that circle area. And then, well, you could, okay, now if I click a no active area, now that your box will be normal, okay? So, and then click on the orange area, we'll make sure that, okay, it's down on the orange area, change the color so you guys will know the difference, okay? Make it active, select a box, oops. Okay, let's select on the green again. Now you know the difference. Okay, so you can actually like sort of like build a fake 3D house by doing this. It's kind of like you have to like try to use it to get a hang of it. Okay, but now I want to try to build some normal stuff. Okay, if I want to go back to let's click on, okay, the circle, like if you click on the circle, nothing will be selected. And you could build, ordinary stuff like you usually do. But how do I get rid of this grid? Now I'm selecting other tools, I'm selecting the pen tool, the curvature tool, but I don't want that grid to be on the screen. It's there all the time. So once you select the perspective tool, it'll be there all the time. So this you have to be careful. Like you want to go back to the grid tool again. So there's this X on the upper left of the icon over here. Click on the X, everything will be gone. Okay, so you have to select the perspective tool to have the to have the to select the the grid tool to work. Okay, so I click on the grid tool again, now that will pop up. Okay, so if I'm on the selection tool, yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, you can click off the grid off the screen. Okay, so go back to perspective tools, then you'll be able to like deselect everything. Okay, but in order to have it on, select on any other tools, then go back to perspective tool will be on. There's like sort of like a like you have to take your turn to select each item. So that's the perspective tool, okay, for your information. Okay, so so there are two assignments today. So one is to figure out how to, let's go to the desktop, build a house. Okay, so use the perspective tool to try to build this house. Okay, looks 3D-ish, but it's not. Okay, you could like, for the windows, there are just like, for the windows, it's pretty easy. Just have like stuff in other colors, probably a blue color or something. You don't have to do like, you don't have to follow exact the same color or the same shape, but just have somehow a look-alike will do. Probably another color, a darker green, and then select on, make sure that it's on the left side, and then follow the grid. For example, that will be the first window, and then you have to like zoom in to follow the grid, For example, it follows the same grid over here. So it has like 3 squares, like 3 grids, 3 by 3, 3 by 4. So this is 3 by 4. So another 3 by 4. So that will be your window, right? So calculate the the grid in between, like this one over here. So that doesn't matter, okay? So it follows the perspectives. So that's this window underneath. That's how you do it. So I don't really use this often, but sometimes when you're into graphic designs, you need to make buildings or 3D fake 3D designs. This is one of the way to do it. Okay, so just make a simple building using this tool. Make it simple. All right. I did follow that grid right there, but you get the idea. Okay, so try to have this building made out by using the perspective tool. Okay, so that's the first assignment. I have this uploaded. Okay, so you could follow the structure of this building. Okay, you have different color but the same structure. Okay, and the other would be make out a pattern or design a pattern. Okay, so I'll make things simple. I'll have this building cancel out there. Let's make this A4. Okay, so A4. So this is assignment 2. The underneath right there. I'll say I'll have a 2. Second thing you need to do, and the first one is to make a pattern. Yeah, no, I haven't posted yet. I'm doing it now. So this would be, you can design your own patterns. Okay, so should be the stars that I just made out. Okay, yeah, right there. Okay, you don't have to follow my design. Just have your own designs. That would do. What's that?
Make the house however we want, or have to
The house, the same, same shape as mine, but different color. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Can it have a different size?
Different sizes, all right, yeah. Change the window. Change. Oh, yeah, sure. Just come up with similar design. It don't have to be exact the same, okay? So this, yeah, I'll have this uploaded for your reference. Okay, so this would be there. First. Hold on. Oops. Same.
这个还是会的哦。很痛的。会画很快。
7, work with perspective tool to build a building and make a pattern.
每次都有觉得很烂的，然后那齿膏就有磨损，然后就一个洞一个洞，然后就是
So that image for your reference. Okay. Okay, there you go. So practice 07, make a work with perspective tool to make a building and make a pattern. Okay, so it's like 2 different exercises. One's to make a pattern, and then one is to make a building out of the perspective tool. You can have like 2 files. It does not have to be in the same file. So you can have like 1 file of the building and then 1 file of the pattern, or if you prefer, have it in 1 file, that would do. Okay. So the building, you don't really have to follow exact the same. Just make sure that you use the perspective tool, and you can have your own shapes, and then also the pattern, you can have your own designs. Okay, you can use stars or little circle or whatever you come up with. Okay, try to like practice it and then see how it goes. I think there are similar tools in Inkscape or Affinity Designer, so you have to look for that because it's actually a pretty basic tool for vector graphics. Okay, so I believe both of these softwares have these functionalities. So they might work differently, but they're there. Okay, so if you like bump into any questions, come to me and I'll try to help you out. Okay. So that is what you'll be working on today.
It's in the perspective.
Perspective tool, yeah. You mean the Inkscape?
Yeah, it is.
You mean there's no perspective tool? Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Inkscape. Okay. Let me take a look. Okay. I think there's this 3D box tool. Oh, okay. It's actually this perspective tool for Inkscape. It's this 3D box. Yeah, you see, there are still like anchor points. It works differently. So this is the perspective tool for Inkscape. It's the 3D box. So let me figure it out. So this 3D box, probably you could change the whole color, but I think if I use the what do you call this, the node tool, you could able to change you could change one side of the color. Just select the node tool on top. The second one, you'll be able to like switch colors, right? So that's in Inkscape, you use the 3D box tool. Okay, so that's the perspective tool. Works differently, but it's there. Okay, so yeah, that's how you do it. So yeah, there are actually, different viewpoints, vanishing points. Yeah, it still works. This is I wouldn't say exact same thing, but it's close to it. So use that if you're working with Inkscape. And then the pattern, I believe there's something similar. Let me take a look. Oh, probably a square of some sort. Okay, let me take a look if there's like any patterns involved. Gradient tool and mesh tool. And, bucket, spray, eraser. Okay, let's see if there's. Probably works differently, but okay, let me check. There's. Well, let me do a quick check. Okay. 宏伟星在吗？哦，在哦，我们先点的，对不对 ？OK。Okay, only like click in when I need you to. Okay, so 点名我叫要点名的时候再打进去哈，不要先点啊。因为有些没有来的，可能远端在会有这种状况哈，有时候我会突击检查这样。啊，我才说了就有人加入哈。Okay, if you like have any questions, come to me. Okay, we could like take a break for 10 minutes if you need. Yeah. 啊？怎么弄掉？是不是？好。没在听哦。好，我开个新档案哦。这里嘛，对不对？我现在左边我画了一个这个方块嘛，对不对？那我现在要离开这个，你这个一定要在就是透视这个工具先选它，然后这边有个小叉叉，有没有看到？按掉就好了。啊。Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. It's workable. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Oh, that's right. I don't know. I don't know.
该那个张安敏是不是？同学在吗？没有，不在。哦Oh yeah, by the way, for your information, next week we'll have a midterm. Next week. What we're gonna do? You'll find out next week. What? A hint? You'll be tracing something. Yeah. Okay. No, not really. No Hello Kitty. No. Not any mascot, not any animals or stuff. But oh, you'll find out next week. Okay, but make sure your ear will work with any software. Okay, if you're working with Inkscape, 15 Designer or Illustrator, you'll be able to have the midterms done. Okay. I should hope so, but I know you can. So we'll work on it next week. So make sure to be here, okay? So that you'll be ready for our midterm. Okay, it won't be easy and it won't be too hard. Okay, it'll take some time. Okay? So make sure everybody is here, okay? So I'll repeat this in Chinese, okay? So 好，各位同学哈，我们下周那个期中考哦，那期中考会就是要你们做一个现场做一个考试哈，要做什么下礼拜就知道了哈。那你用什么软体都可以处理哦，那个不是就是任何向量软体都可以处理，用 Illustrator 用 Inkscape 或者是别的都可以哦。那就是那个确定要来哈，所以说那个我们那个需要花一点时间，所以不要迟到哦。来，我们下周进行一个期中考。那没有来或是那个糊里糊涂忘掉同学提醒一下哈。
Is this okay?
Yeah.
哎，我的可以，这个。yeah. Beware. Where are we going? Where are we going? Going where? What are you doing? Oh, I'm just in the robot. Oh. What's your number? You forgot my name.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can take any letter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I think, hello, everybody. I think it's time to do a roll call. So type in your student ID and your name. 啊，哦，OK，
Why does that make sense? Wait, no, sorry.
他们先去爬山。后来他是这个家来。
我们来讲 cheese. What about cheese? What about cheese? Cheese is cool. Mozzarella. I want mozzarella.
I just wanted to ask, when does the expedition on Tuesday start? Because it's early in the morning. I have Chinese course.
No. We be same. My course should be start from 1, right? 1 to 3. So same with Thursday. The lab time is
Same time as
yeah.
normal.
So yeah, it roll on the class already 1:30. We meet at 1:30 and then.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because there were in the Google Classroom there was no time.
Oh, there's no time. Oh, okay.
It should say the link where to meet.
Oh, okay. I'll have everything on today. Okay. This 1 to 3 should be your lab hour. So we're using the same time.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Cream milk cheese yogurt. Dairy. I really like to find out. This is the word. Number 1 is the word. And the 3 for cheese milk cream. Like, where's the close? When I have to sign up for.
我为什么不能按它的这个你要怎样
那个
X 是
是 orange 的是不能做。
可以啊，你按橘色
好，
我看怎么不见了？
不见了。
怎么不见了？好像摸到什么东西，来看一下哦。
不好意思，麻烦你。
没有。
你其实是台湾的，
我不是，
不是，
对，我是美国人，美国对，
讲的中文，
就从小长到大。
你是长到这边，
对。你关机重开机看看。对，这个怪怪的。
再重新做就好了。
对，试试看。
Shadow for circle of window. That is hard.
A shadow through a window? What do you mean? After her, she's asking me something. Okay.
I want to make it shadow, like how inside.
Oh, okay.
is.
Inside the circle.
I don't know how.
Okay. Click on one of the circles, and then effect, stylize, and then inner. Let me see. The try inner field. Yeah. Try. Oh, no, not drop shadow. Inner glow, but right now it's inner glow, right? And then change this to the dark color, but want to make this into a shadow. Okay. Let me think what to do. Okay, we probably. Okay. Probably it's better to probably have another shape out like that.
Yeah.
And then have both of these selected. And then we probably need the another one. Probably this one. Something like that. Right? So the way to do it is, okay, you wanna copy this circle, okay? And then paste on top. Okay? And then paste another circle on top. So you have 3 circles. So this one you move a little bit toward upper right.
Yeah.
And then the second one, you want to have the second one selected, and then pick on this one right there, and this one, the second one. And then change the color of the moon, right, to a more darker color. Okay, this one, that's your shadow.
Thank you. Got it now.
Yeah.
Too far. I think maybe it's too far. Maybe it is. No, I think I can go that way. Right. And what are you skipping? Okay. Teacher.
Yeah, Mama. What's that?
So it's only is the number 1. We try to find words that relate to this word.
Relate to
The number one word.
cheese. What?
Yeah, cheese number 2. Cheese is number 2. What is number 1? Yeah. And what do you think of when you think of cheese?
When I think of cheese, I think of pizza.
Pizza already.
Okay. Think of spaghetti.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, how do you they have some.
Butter. Okay. Butter and cheese. Okay. So is that like a game or something? It's not a game or something.
Yeah, it's like you have to type in a letter and it shows how close you are to that word.
Oh, okay.
We were at like number 2.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And number 2, 4. Yeah, our 4th guess was milk, but it jumped to like 3. And somehow You can only say yeah. Really pilot everything, huh? That would be something. Oh my gosh, why are we so bad at this?
So you have to click in any word and then to see if it meets up with the number one word. Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, fruit? Oh. It's alright. But it should be green. It's not. A drink or person. It's something vague. Yeah. Wait, it's abstract. It's 30. Oh, very good. Oh my. Spain. No,
Probably a city. A city.
Oh.
It's the name of a city.
What's it, America? What's in America? No, I don't know. We're not close to America. America's it's a city. It's a continent. Or
No, city is green, so it must be a name of a city.
Maybe. Yes. Yeah, not really. It's not related to city. It can be work related to city or it is a city. Smaller than a city. What's smaller than a city? A street?
It is a city, so it's smaller.
Street. Like something in a city, but it's smaller than a city. Car? I didn't do it. I don't know.
Farm.
City and
Garden.
Oh, city. Mayor? What? Oh. Got it. Next one. The farming. Maybe. Yeah. Oh. Maybe formula. Formula. My baby. It's lower. Milk, baby mother, he ate it. Gender? Then the review party, the baby blue, the baby. Yeah, already blue. Peach, decorated and all that. It's a color. I think it's a color. Taking up an item that's used to be or it's cool. Oh, God. No, no. Yeah. Either underwear or that's very overall, you know, oh, it is. That doesn't have to do with pink fluids. No, the blue. Why pink and blue to you? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like aesthetics. Oh, beautiful. Guidelines and the one for yesterday, Ryan. Oh, basically, either here or I'm going to go back to the budget. When I go back to the I thought your mouth was the most good. Oh my god. I'm in the library. Not like oh.